There can only be one product owner, and they have the final say on what features go into the product. The product owner gains this knowledge by interacting with the stakeholders to determine their interest and the features they want to see in the final product. The product owner is normally a key customer or from product management or marketing, and is familiar with the competition, current trends, users, and popular product features. Through discussions and their own knowledge, the product owner forms a vision of what will be in the final product and conveys this vision to the Scrum team. This allows the team to focus on the work of each sprint without being distracted by requests from multiple stakeholders with different interests and priorities. The artifact used to hold this final product vision is the product backlog, which is owned by the product owner. The product owner adds the stakeholders' features and requirements to the product backlog as user stories. Each user story is written from a user-centric viewpoint. The only way a feature can get into the final product is through the product backlog. So the product owner has complete authority on what features are in the final product, and thus has responsibility for the product's success. The product owner is also responsible for prioritizing the product backlog, with the highest value features at the top and the lowest value features at the bottom. The Scrum team will always choose the features from the top of the product backlog to implement in the next sprint. So the prioritization chosen by the product owner will determine when a specific feature will appear in the product. And the product owner also decides when the product increment should be released, and they can accept or reject the work created by the team. As the product owner represents the users and stakeholders, they are required to attend the sprint planning meeting, the sprint review meeting, and the product backlog grooming meeting. They may also attend the daily Scrum meeting to answer questions, and can also provide valuable insights in the sprint retrospective meeting. The product owner must have in-depth knowledge of the final product, from the perspective of both the user's needs and the business needs. And they must be a good collaborator, as they will collaborate with both the team and the stakeholders. The product owner must help the team understand requirements, while trying to understand the technical process and the difficulties of the task the team works. The product owner determines what goes into the product, but the team decides how the work is done and the level of effort it will entail. The product owner cannot overrule the team's estimates for the tasks accepted in the sprint. Additionally, the product owner should not push the team to take on more work than it believes it can accomplish in the sprint, and must not add additional work to the sprint once it is in progress. The product owner gathers new requirements and features by collaborating with the stakeholders, those with a vested interest in the project. New features and requirements can be requested at any time, which the product owner must add to the product backlog and prioritize. So keeping the product backlog up to date and prioritized is an ongoing task. Lastly, the product owner must make the hard choices on the project, constantly balancing competing interests. They must balance deadlines against the readiness of the product for release, balance the interest of competing stakeholders when determining the priority ranking of each product backlog item. They must balance the need to demonstrate functionality in the product increment with the need to complete all the tasks in the user story before it can be declared done to stem off technical debt. And they are the ones the Scrum team looks to as the final authority on what the user story is really asking for and what is the correct acceptance criteria.